AITA for telling my dad I'm glad his stealing my money gave his marriage bad luck? My mom died when I was 10 and she left me money in trust with my grandparents in charge. But my dad got access to it due to him being my dad and knowing about it and paid for his wedding with it a few months later. I hated him for it. And afterward he and his wife had the worst luck. She lost her job and had to take a huge downgrade, and then they couldn't have kids. Then my dad's longest friend told him he was done with him after they'd had a fight a couple of months before that. My dad also got passed over for every promotion since. I know it's not my mom, but I like to think my mom gave them the bad luck when they used her money to pay for their wedding. My grandparents secretly put the money into a different account and considered it my mom's money. For me still. So I didn't fully miss out, but my dad didn't care if I did. I'm now 20 and kinda estranged from my dad. I saw him at my pop's, his dad's, house a couple of weeks ago, and he was ranting to me about not being there after the crap they have gone through. I told him I was glad stealing brought him bad luck and to leave me alone. AITA? NTA he reaped what he sowed. Can't blame anyone except for his self. Leaving the new wife aside, I'm thinking that the reason your dad's been passed over for every promotion and the fact he used money meant for you for himself might be one and the same. I'm sure if he's that entitled and selfish, it's probably coming across in his work too. NTA. But several people failed you there. A trust set up by others is meant to prevent anyone who isn't a trustee, parents included, from accessing it. Being your dad wouldn't have given him free access. He'd have needed special permission to access it, usually done through court, and he would have had to prove why he needed it and how it was being used for you. Besides that, only your grandparents would have been able to access it to give him permission since they were trustees. NTA. I mean, bloody hell. He literally robbed you to pay for his dumb-ass wedding to someone else, and he still has the audacity to complain that you weren't there for him? Was he ever there for you? NTA. This is just dessert served on a silver platter. NTA. He got what was coming to him. Who steals from their own child? Lowest of the low. NTA. You told him how you really felt, and honestly they are to use your money from her mom for their wedding is disgusting. Also, did I read that correctly that he married another woman a few months after your mother died? Were they already separated when she died, or did he just move on that quickly? Neither him or his new wife seem like wonderful people if they took that money that was left for you and used it on something as frivolous as a wedding. They earned this bad karma fair and square. With all of that being said, you're an adult now and don't owe them anything. They don't deserve your time or respect to be there for them through all of this. That is completely up to you. LMAO. No. NTA. You don't get to poison a field and then whine about sour grapes. Reap what you sow and play stupid games, get stupid prizes and all that. It's very obvious he and his new wife have exposed a pattern of behavior with very clear, actionable consequences to everyone. And now they're upset nobody is enabling them anymore. Being called out for your behavior repeatedly. Losing job offers. Being declined promotions. All merit-based issues. And then suffering the consequences as the natural order of things. The universe gives back what you put in, so he can deal with the hand dealt to him. I wouldn't bother with any further contact with him. Low contact should become no contact if he's just going to blame you and treat you poorly. NTA. And this is my suggested response to his ranting. You know, Dad, I did put a curse on you. Bad one. You want me to lift it from you? Pay me back my money. With interest for the last 10 years. Say. At 6% per annum. I think you will find that rate fairly reasonable. I'm not as heartless as some who stole from their own child. NTA. Why are you emotionally responsible for your parent? Nonetheless, one who pulled this kind of shit on you. Karma is a beautiful thing. NTA. Oh no, if it isn't the consequences of his own actions. NTA. 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 Your dad's bad luck is actually the natural consequences of his own very selfish actions. And I'm sort of seeing a pattern here. He screws you over financially a few months after the death of your mother. So he definitely puts himself before you. He also probably rationalized taking the money by telling himself it is community property before it becomes yours. So in his mind, it might not be theft, even though he had to lie to get his hands on the money in the first place. People tell themselves some incredibly stupid things to rationalize their own rotten behavior. He gets married a few months after the death of your mother. I know some men have a hard time functioning without a woman to take care of that menial chores. Like housework for them. But come on. It doesn't even look like your dad needed a mourning period. And he certainly didn't have much respect for his dearly and recently departed wife. As evidenced by his taking your trust money. Which was your mom's express wish. And his taking your trust money says, quite loudly, that he probably got his new wife by telling her he was loaded. She probably thought she was marrying a guy who could take care of her. After all, look at how much he spent on the wedding. Surprise, surprise. I am quite sure that marriage isn't quite as happy as it was in the beginning. Not by a long shot. Your dad's rant to you further strengthens the position that he has some seriously narcissistic tendencies. The lack of apology and his anger that demonizes you. The victim says very clearly that your dad is toxic and looks only after himself. You may want to keep that contact with him to a bare minimum. If at all, even as an adult, you are at risk of getting screwed over by him at the drop of a hat. NTA. He is a thief. Stop interacting with him. NTA. But I want to know how he reacted to what you said. Please do an edit or update. You were right to say that. BTW. Karma. Baby. NTA. Consult a lawyer. What your dad did was probably illegal and you may be able to get the money back. The earlier you sue, the better. How did he spend the money if your grandparents put it into another account? You were wrong. It is the spirit of your mother that fucked ya daddy up. Don't doubt that part. But overall, cheers! Double exclamation mark, double exclamation mark, double exclamation mark, partying face, partying face, partying face, partying face, partying face, NTMF. A. NTA. He stole from you because he is selfish. He deserves what he got and you're very strong for cutting him out of your life.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.